I feel like we're missing part of our body right now.
I know. It is. It's like we have a limb that's missing.
Yeah.
Well,
And like another blonde, it kind of always like balances it out on the couch and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
It makes it
Today
look
it's
so
yin and
cozy
yang.
inviting, like everyone just wants to come and sit on our love seat.
Oh yeah. Come sit on our love seat.
Seriously, I have to tell you guys, is hopefully that we give this out to our viewers, but I can have like this, not the maybe the most incredible morning, and then on Mondays, because Mondays are, they're
Mondays are Mondays.
and then I get on and I feel so excited, and then it makes me feel happy for the rest of the day. So it really starts my week out
Like right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. Especially when you have like a busy weekend like
You just had.
Nicole and I just had. Like it was a whirlwind of a weekend. I felt like we kept going back and forth. Like while we were gone, it was amazing, and if we could just have a couple more days. But then like we're coming back yesterday, and you could just tell like Nicole got and she's not here because she got a really bad cold. Like literally, we took off Friday, and she started sniffling and started sneezing, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope it's just allergies, and then it's gonna go away. And then poor thing, by like mid-afternoon Sunday, being out Saturday, sitting outside in like the fresh air and the water, and it's blowing things around, she is like, I felt so bad. So I was like, let me drug her up. So we were walking back to the hotel, and I was like, taking her to the CVS, and I was like drugging her up, which is not my normal MO, but I just wanted her to feel better. Because I didn't have access to all my herbal stuff, so I couldn't do it that way.
It really works. I love the essential oils too.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a funny story about essential oils, and also it has to do with Arbonne, because it's an Arbonne related event. So I have a really great friend. I don't know if she watches the show. I'm sure she does, but Jackie is her name, and we went to Vegas because every year we do a big Vegas trip, and it's awesome, and it's a really empowering, inspiring event. It's called GTC, and she got shit-faced, and the night before we were set to leave. So I heard in the morning, because I wasn't rooming with her, but I heard in the morning that she wasn't feeling well, and they were really trying to get her like feeling better, well enough to come to the airport to fly out.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there in the airport, and I'm like that friend, and here she comes, literally in a wheelchair. My one friend is wheeling her into the airport, and she's like head down, and I just started laughing because I'm like, I can't even believe this is, a grown woman. She's not you know what I mean? She's not like a 20-something that might be experimenting. She knows better. And but to the rescue, because she was so nauseous. I mean, and think about getting on a flight, was my girlfriend with all of her essential oils and her special blends and all that stuff, and it really helped a ton. So they really are incredible. I mean, you can do so much natural healing with that.
Listen,
even for hangovers.
We have a friend that literally, I feel like every time she comes around Nicole and I, she educates us so much in the essential. Look at Sarah. Our little wolf's back there nodding her head, because when Evie comes around, she knows so much about essential oils and natural properties, and she talks about your body and your meridian and your balance and all the things that matter so much to healing your body naturally. And she comes in, and we're just like, she leaves and our heads want to explode, because she's given us so much knowledge, and we don't even know like how to plug it in, like how do we make this work. And she's so incredibly beautiful, and I know we told you last week that we have to connect you to. So
we this weekend I washed my sheets, and I have a steamer that I use to like steam my sheets so they're not wrinkly, and so I put essential oils in my steamer for my sheets. Oh my gosh. Arbonne makes several essential oils now, and they're so incredible. And the one called Harmony, I love, and I'm sure you can find these. I won it as a little gift from Arbonne, but I have a diffuser now in my car. Not a diffuser, but basically it's just a little felt pad, and then it slides into this little like thing that you plug into your vent. And you just put a few drops, and it makes your car smell so good, and it's not all that, those Xenos and all those nasty phthalates and everything that are in normal fresheners.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, and I'm thinking that they must sell that. I mean, Arbonne did not invent this new idea for an
There's
air
lots of
freshener.
companies that actually sell them.
Yeah, so it's really cute. Of course, mine has little double A's, and it's adorable.
Yeah.
So you had a great trip though, and you love DC. And
I've
how did
always
you like
loved DC.
Alexandria? Had you been there before?
Okay, so no,
Okay,
I had
cool.
not.
Yay.
Yeah, I
So
had not.
a little we're gonna go into a little travel. We like to do a little travel. Last week we did Palm Beach.
Yeah, last week was Palm Beach.
Let's talk about
Breakers.
it. Tell us about Alexandria.
So let me just tell you, DCA was the airport we landed in, and I've traveled a lot in my lifetime, and especially in the last 10 years, my career and everything, I've traveled. So when I say I'm like your airport expert, I'm legit your airport expert. I'm gonna tell you which one you can get in and out of easy. DCA, so impressed with. We got off the flight, went out the terminal. Leslie texted us, said, I'll pick you up. I'm thinking to myself, oh dear God, like what is this gonna be like? We're in Washington, DC. Like it's gonna be a nightmare. Because I've never flown into DCA. And she texted me that she was there. So in my mind, she's circling. We walked straight out of the gate to baggage claim. We're staying at baggage claim. Nicole and I are chit-chatting. And the next thing I know, Leslie is right there next to us. And we are just like, of course, we start crying and screaming. And we're so excited to see her because we haven't seen her in 4 months. And so all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, how are you right here? Like, you just texted us. Like, where's the parking garage? Well, because it's so convenient, and
Yeah,
they have like
that's
double
awesome.
rows. You can go out, there's the drop-off area, and then there's the I'm waiting for people area. And yeah, you're supposed to keep moving it, but they're super cool. So out in the car from DCA to Old Town, which is Alexandria, Virginia, 8 minutes. We were there in 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's the best.
I felt like that scene in Love Actually where all the kids and everybody pile into the cop cars, and she's like, oh, my school's right around the corner. And then he starts to talk, and the next thing you know, they're like, we're here! That's how I felt. Like, all of a sudden, we were here. And we stayed on King Street in the Lorien. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
So nice.
Refreshing. The weather was unbelievably great. 70s, 80s.
Nice, so nice.
Nice breeze, cobblestone streets, tons of history, lots of row houses. We've picked out our next branch location for Graphite Media. It's called 917A Marketing, and that's going to be in Alexandria, DC, and we will do it, and it'll happen. So we've already, we know where it's at, and that little area was so incredibly charming, and it is, it's amazing.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
that. I like that. I can do country and I can do busy.
Yeah, I love it. And it's kind of I feel like it's busy, but it's not. It's that little part. That's like its own little special little spot.
Mm-hmm.
We had a big global training conference, or not global training conference. We had a regional celebration, basically. Retreat, that's the word I'm looking for, in Alexandria. And one of the things that was so awesome about it was you could walk so many different places. And so at the time, Alexander was probably, I was still nursing him, so he had to be under 1.5 years. And Leslie's daughters, they babysat a lot for me while we were there. And I'll never forget, so we had gone out, all the girls, we went out, we had, great time, wine, party, whatever, and it was time to, recoup my kid from the babysitters. And I'm sure if you're familiar with the Tula, I use Tula's Baby Born, the baby carriers. Allie comes walking into the hotel, because it's 1 block was their apartment.
Oh yeah,
Their condo from where we were. So she walked. It's that kind of environment where you can be okay letting her walk at 11 at night with the baby in the carrier, and she's like, my kids are so huge that it was just the greatest thing ever. And here she comes, and it was kind of chilly, so she had a big blanket over him, and then here she comes with him in his little carrier. It was the sweetest thing. But that place I love it there so much.
Yeah, you can, she's not kidding. You walk everywhere.
The cobblestone though is an issue with heels.
Nicole and I almost ate the concrete a few times because we're those girls that can walk into a glass window. Like we are, that's just us. So flat surfaces, it's an art. I can trip on a flat surface like it's nobody's business. So you add cobblestone into it. And I met Kara Stewart for the first time, and so we're walking late night, Friday night, and keep in mind, we weren't partying. So sober, walking down Cobblestone Street in these cute black wedge shoes that I have, and I'm talking to this woman who is 6 foot, 7 foot tall, could squash me like Buck, beside me, and we're having a conversation, and like every 5 feet I'm tripping, and I'm like, I am sure I am making the best impression on this woman. She probably thinks I'm 3 sheets to the wind drunk because I cannot stay up. And I look ahead, and Nicole's like, you know, tripping every now and then too, but it's because the streets are so uneven, you really shouldn't be walking.
And you definitely don't want to wear like any like fine expensive heel, because as soon as it slips into one of those little cracks, then you have that. But so flats in your bag are a definite must. And
we just
aside from that, I mean, you just have to go. And you know, they do the Cherry Blossom Festival, which I'm really wanting to do that with my husband. I think it will be so much fun. So there's just the most amazing place. And like you said, so much history. It's really awesome.
Very rich in history. I mean, seriously, I couldn't get over, like, I think at some point we just quit taking pictures because I felt like I was missing moments because I was taking pictures trying to remember it. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes the best things that are just not on social media, they're just in your mind, and they're shared with a really dear friend. And that was the really cool thing, is like, Nicole and I got to share in this really cool time and experience, and a time in our business where we're incredibly busy and we don't get to slow down and take time to ourselves. I mean, a lot of people, I guess, they kind of think maybe we do, but we work 24/7. Do not get me wrong, we love it. We love it. It's who we are, but that's where we are at this time in our business.
Right, you're in such a growth phase.
We're in such a huge growth phase, and we are constantly working. So even while we were out of town, we were in connection with Sarah, you know, developing different art and new content, and we're like, okay, we need this, this, and this. And then our phones went down, and then our internet went down, and it was like, you know what, we had to unplug, which was probably the best thing for us, especially since Nicole got sick, and we had to take that step back. But we did miss out on the little celebration that they had Saturday night for Ty and Jess, because Nicole wasn't feeling well, and we wanted to get back to the hotel, and we had we had to be at the airport at 7 a.m. So, but we definitely need to go back. I told little Wolf we need to plan a family trip, because I want to take her and Lexi and Brittany and Heather and take them shopping, because we found some of the cutest boutiques. This is actually this really cute dress.
Yeah, they have great. It's just great.
Yeah,
such a great girls trip.
It really.
I mean, it's a great couple trip.
We're gonna take you too.
Oh, good.
We're all gonna go. We're all gonna go.
My husband's dying to go too, so maybe he'll be our chaperone.
Yeah, we've got lots of people watching this morning, so we just want to say some hellos and some hays. So Amanda Smith,
hey,
Kayla Roper, hey Kayla, Angel,
hey guys,
Jordan Burke, Valerie Edwards, Kayla Brown, Dawn During, hey Dawn, that's your boo thing.
Oh, she's the best.
I think there were some other ones, but they're too far up, so I cannot say hey to them. But hi, good morning. And I'm not sure who's on our network. I think Brittany Madalena. Oh, hey girl, hey.
Sweet.
Liliana Martinez. Who else, Sarah?
Kelsey Lauren, Kathleen, Elizabeth.
Hey, Kathleen.
Tiffany.
Like which Tiffany?
Rice Brock.
Tiffany.
I heard you guys are doing something fun, but I won't share your personal business.
The Key West trip?
No. So,
what are we doing?
I don't know. I'll tell you later. I don't know if it's like a surprise for anything. I'm not gonna bust out with that, because the grapevine,
Oh, we do lots of crazy
So
things.
I have sort of a funny thing. So, and I'm actually gonna put out a blog about it today, but I just have to tell you guys this really funny story. So, when we were gone out of town for a week, do you guys know the Dr. Seuss book, What Pet Should I Get? Have you ever read it?
No, but that sounds really fun.
It's really great. So it's What Pet Should I Get? So it's the two little kids, and then their dad says they can have a pet, but they can't decide on a pet. So it's like the whole story about all the different types of pets they see and which one should they pick. And in the end, you see the little kid walking out with like a little purse with something in it, but you still don't know what pet he picked. So it leaves it open to the imagination of the child. So Alexander decided that the pet in the bag was a fish. So I mess with my mother-in-law, and I'm like, he tells me my Mimi is going to get me a fish. So she does, because I told her, like, Alexander's expecting a fish this weekend. So she brings home 2 fish, 2 betas in little bowls with some rocks in the bottom. And they were like, they were there on my countertop. I mean, I was feeding them, I was changing their water, like doing whatever I set myself up to do.
I'm sorry, I just have to ask, were they in the same container?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. 2 bowls, 2 fish. And you guys, I am like I'm so anal when it comes to like everything that's the way it is in my house that I literally was tripping on what am I going to do with these 2 fish bowls on my counter, because I can't have that. They're like totally throwing off my like world. So this weekend we go to the pet store. I'm like, we're getting these fish something to put them in. And then they're going in their rooms where they belong. So I find the cutest fish tank, and we like deck it all out, like let Alexander pick out what he wanted to go in it, and they make these cool ones with dividers in the middle. So as long as it's not 2 males, then you can put these little dividers in the middle. They can't really see each other, and they can coexist in these tanks. So I'm telling you that prior to when they were in the bowls with like the brown rocks, they barely moved. Mm-hmm. Like they didn't. I was like, these are the most boring animals. So they just sit there. They don't. Half the time, I thought they might be dead. Every morning, I'm like, are these fish like alive?
Did they make it through the night?
What's going on with them? So we put them in their new tanks, and I'm gonna tell you, they like are the cutest, happiest, fun little fish. They like know you're coming to feed them now. They like, I was reading online that they like have these personalities. They're beta fish. Mm-hmm. They really do. Have you ever had one?
I have, but mine must have been like I didn't get them their own tank, so I guess that wasn't a good fish mommy. I just left them in the little.
No, you guys. So look, it's the same with decorating a space. I'm serious. Like, these little fish are so happy now. And I thought, this is what happens when you make your space.
Oh my God.
No more dull, icky, murky walls and water and whatever you live in. Like, liven it up. And
So,
all of a sudden, these fish have
Sarah
personality.
Opliger, beta fish decorator.
They practically talk now. They like dance around. So I'm reading online, and it said that they do. They have these like little personalities as long as they're happy. I wish that I had a before picture, but I don't. But I'm gonna put an after.
I'm incredibly thrilled right now that beta fish have personalities.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys. Just wait. I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. I'm gonna write about it today.
I'm excited.
I have decided that this is like, there is a direct correlation between environment and
personality.
your personality. And so now they're like peacocking around in there. They're all beautiful. So then I start reading about them, and then I started feeling guilty. So I'm like, well, they don't have enough space in there together with the divider. So we have 2 tanks now, 1 for each fish. And their names are Redfish and Bluefish. Again, Dr. Seuss is like alive in our house right now.
All right.
So I'll post today, because I have to get a little net, because I can't get the red one out to put him in his own tin.
What did Megan Jonathan
But
say?
you have to see this.
She said, we've had several and they play with me. Absolutely.
Yes.
Nature versus nurture. Okay, so I want a beta fish in the office.
You-
and you have to do the tank.
I'm totally, listen, if you need any help with fish tank decorating, Tyler
She's your girl.
Tyler told me it's my new calling. You should see these little tanks. I swear they're so cute. But they are the happiest little fish.
I love it. I think that's wonderful. What is everybody saying
It's
here?
for real.
Little Nemo. That's what Michelle Valdez is saying.
You guys, I'm telling
Don't
you.
get 2 males. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
she was
no.
saying. That's why they had the divider.
But
'Cause-
it's, even if there's 2 males, I hear that they'll still be not happy with the divider. So I think we don't have 2 males, I don't think, but we're still going to separate them into, because anyway, I'm not gonna belabor this too long
Yeah,
for the show.
she's gonna-
but
she's
it's
gonna
just
talk about it
really
later.
funny that I even care about these fish, but they become like my little friends now. Like this morning, they're like
It's
right
alright.
there, and they're like hee 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 next to the front of the class. To the point that I might leave one of them down in the kitchen. Now,
Really?
maybe. But it's just really cute, and we're all into it. And before they were just like,
Hanging on. They're
they,
hanging
yeah,
on.
like they didn't even move around, like we didn't see their
Do you
beautiful.
still have the bearded dragon?
Oh my gosh, yes, he's like this big. No, I'm exaggerating.
Oh my god, okay.
But he's big. Oh, I have something else funny to tell you guys.
Just comedy hour
okay,
this morning.
so it's later in the show, so this is when it gets really funny and, you know, a little bit out, like,
Yeah.
not
Oh, yeah.
politically correct. But I
Mhm.
have to tell you guys this. So if
if
watch
you're looking
us
for
and-
PC, this is not the
yeah,
time
yeah,
to watch us.
Yeah, it's not. Or if you like get offended by anything like sexual. So, but this is what happened. So yesterday we were having like my husband and I were having like a flirty little moment in the kitchen, and he said to me something, and I thought he said cheap blank, like it starts with a P and ends with a Y. So I'm like, what do you mean cheap? And then anyway, he's like, I didn't say that. And so, do you follow what I'm?
Yes.
All right. So, and then he's very. Oh, there's like a fire truck or a.
Hold on.
ambulance.
Sirens. Sirens mean silence. Okay.
So he loves to spend money. Like, and I'm not cheap by any means, but he's just way over the top. Like, so I had just recently received a notification on my American Express card for a wine order that he made, and I was like, are you kidding? I'm not even drinking wine right now. This is like ridiculous. So anyway, so he tells me, I'm just gonna say it, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I thought he said cheap pussy, and I'm like, what? And then I nicknamed him High Dollar D because he's like, oh, this is so.
Oh, the nicknames we give our
He
spouses.
loves it's like his rapper name. So I'm embarrassed because I don't think
She
it's
is
as
blushing.
funny.
I don't know if you can
It's
see how
probably
bad
not
she's
as funny
blushing.
in this like reenactment, but if you know him and you know how much we like go back and forth about his spending habits, not in a bad way, it's just like kind of a joke.
Yeah.
But when he told me that that's what I was, so then I was like, I've had High Dollar D, so it was just really funny. Maybe it's not now.
Wow.
It was so funny yesterday.
Wow. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it's carrying over. So this morning, like he was gonna order something, you know, whatever he's doing on Amazon or whatever he's doing. I'm like, oh, it's High Dollar D's in the house, you know. So that's our new joke.
So we need to have him do a rap video is what we need to do. What's his rapper name?
I love those funny like dad raps and stuff
Oh,
that you see
right?
on
I
Facebook.
love them.
It's
Yeah.
really funny. So
Well, really quick, I don't know if anybody noticed or if you can you tell just by looking at me like what's different? I'm down 5 pounds.
oh, I'm sorry.
So I was a little shocked this morning.
Awesome. Even after going on a trip.
Even after going on a trip.
Well, guess what? I don't know if you can tell. I'm not. She's not.
She found my fat. I doubt that she's even put on 5.
I'm having a hard time here. What? Oh
No.
my gosh.
You look fantastic.
Thank you. It's just, you know, it's just not a fun thing to watch yourself just grow every day.
I looked like a baby cow.
But it'd be a miracle.
The miracle of life. All right, guys.
Coming soon.
Yes.
Hey, it's coming so fast though. I
It
don't know
is.
if you realize
Did you
this,
see
but-
Sophia had her baby?
Yes. Little Liam, welcome to the world, little man.
Yeah, Liam's
He's
here.
adorable.
And my
So
friend Mo
cute.
had her baby last week. I went to her baby shower on Saturday. She had the baby on like Tuesday
Wow.
or Wednesday. Tuesday.
Okay.
I gotta go back and look at the dates. But she like so all these babies. And I love babies. I love babies. Like
They're
they
the
make me so
best.
happy.
They're so sweet.
And this one's gonna spend
really
time on the
excited.
show. Y'all are gonna get to watch him grow up.
Yeah, he will, because he's gonna want to. I'll try to be good about my covering, because that's all they want to do is nurse and nurse and nurse. But you know, I'm really excited. But yeah, I mean, we're almost in my 3rd trimester next week. So here we go.
Here
It's gonna
we
be
go.
here in a
All the
minute.
things. It's
So,
crazy.
Happy Monday.
Yeah. Happy Monday. Next Monday, Nicole will we won't be here
I
next Monday.
I
It's Labor
want
Day.
to challenge everyone to create some fun nicknames with their spouses tonight.
So
If
y'all
you
just create a
already
fun
have
nickname
them.
for me. How's that?
For you,
Somebody just make a nickname up for me.
Skinny Minnie.
Not yet.
Skinny Ninny.
Y'all have fun with that. I don't know that I want my spouse coming up with a nickname for me.
Oh no, maybe not. But isn't that creative? Skinny Ninny, like
Skinny Ninny.
Edithia, Ninny.
Ninny. Well, my grandma used to call me.
She loves Mickey Mouse,
I do. Love
so it's
Mickey Mouse.
perfect. There we go. We've got it, Woofy. She's back there. If you guys ever met her, come over here
Come
real
here,
fast.
come here.
Gosh. Okay.
Oh, she's like, oh gosh, she's trying to put herself together to come over here. This kid's gorgeous.
She is. She's so cute. Oh, see
This
this
is our Wolfie.
Sorry, that's okay. This is her.
She's our graphic artist and behind the scenes person here at Graphite Media. So I forgot what
I
I'm
never
working for.
understood. So just so everyone knows, like I was wondering when you first told me that Woofy thing, I was like Woofy. I just thought it was a nickname, which it is sort of, but still,
Yeah.
her name is Sarah Wolf.
Yeah, and because we have
So-
Sarah Oplegger and so many other Sarahs in our life, we had to start calling everybody by their last name. So just to keep everyone straight, because we would say Sarah and everyone would be like thinking of whatever Sarah first popped into their mind, and we'd be talking about the specific Sarah, and they would be so confused. And then so we noticed there was like this always this miscommunication. So we started like, it's Wolfie, it's Oplegger, it's the last names.
Oh.
So
You guys know my last name. Most people can't.
we have to. It's our job.
They say Sarah O.
It's our job.
Have a great day.
Bye guys.